am honored to be talking to you, man. I have loved your stuff since I first saw you on your Comedy Central Presents special, and I've loved your
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's nice of you, man. Thank you. Hi, I'm Greg Behrendt, the new guy with spiky hair on TV this season. I can't build you a house, but I can help you rebuild your relationship. Why? I wrote a popular relationship book called He's Just Not That Into You, and I have a flair for helping couples whose foundation is crumbling. Each week, I'm going to work with a different couple having problems in their relationship and see if I can get them back on track.
Greg Behrendt's wake-up call, and basically, you know, you're helping out couples with their problems, right?
I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, somebody seems to value my opinion enough to give me 6 episodes of a reality show, and apparently they want me to come in and help these couples out. And what I try and do is get them to break up because their relationships are annoying. And I either say, get out of this thing or fix it. And then we have 3 days to accomplish one of those 2 tasks.
Was there one particular couple that was harder than you thought it would be?
They were all interesting in their own way, but the couple that were engaged and wanted to be a power couple, they were the ones that were because she really wanted him to earn about $2 million before they got married, which wasn't going to happen because he was an ex-javelin thrower. And a lovely guy. Both of them were actually lovely people, but they were kind of messed up at the beginning, and we had to get down to business there.
What do you think is the number one mistake couples make that usually ends them into the situation that they're in?
I think they get into their relationships thinking that the other person, when they're making a mistake, is when they get into a relationship thinking another person is going to be different than they are. When they think, well, they'll eventually grow into being responsible, or they're going to grow into being better with money, or they're going to grow into being more sexually attentive, and then that doesn't come true, and they keep hoping that it will. And I think what you have to do is realize that people come as advertised. You don't get a fixer-upper. And then they have to confront that person and say, look, we either need to fix this or I need to move on.
What's harder? Is it harder being serious and talking about the serious problems in the relationship, or being comical and somewhat funny with these issues?
I never try to be funny when you're dealing with them, because otherwise then you come off glib and like you're kind of a jerk. And I do like talking about this stuff. I seem to have a knack for it, but it ends up being funny because of the absurdity of it. You know, the whole he's just not that into you thing is just silly. It's like, if a guy doesn't call you, he doesn't like you. Otherwise he'd call you. You know, I get these questions. You know, I had a girl stop me the other day. She's like, my boyfriend's married to, and I'm like, say that back to yourself. Like, you know, it's kind of absurd, the things that happen. And I think once you're at the point of laughing at a problem, you're on your way to fixing it, because you then suddenly see the absurdity in it.
Were there lessons from doing your talk show that you applied when doing this show?
Well, one of the things that I liked about it that was different than the talk show was that we got to be active and actually got to spend time with people. You know, a talk show is like a bus station where they bring people in and move them out. And you're like, all right, you stop, you do this, goodbye, here's a gift certificate to a restaurant. But I actually got to spend a couple of days with these people, really get to know them and really get to understand their problems as well as you can while making a reality show. And I really saw some genuine movement. And I also was really touched by these people because they're all good people in bad relationships.
You know what amazes me about your career, Greg, is that you have really embraced this relationship, you know, helping couples, you know, kind of orienting your act towards the female audience. You are friends with David Cross and, you know, people like Patton Oswalt, all these great comedians that make me laugh, but I don't think any of their stuff goes towards females at all.
Well, you know, those are just my peers, you know, and my buddies. I mean, they always were on their thing, and I was always kind of me. We just all liked each other. David was my roommate. I mean, he's probably my favorite comedian of all time. But we've always been different people. And I think from the very beginning, I had hoped that anything that I did sort of made people enjoy or like their lives, you know, and that I was hoping to reach anybody and say, look, you know, life's worth living. Don't blow it. Yeah, I know. I run with a pretty ornery crew.
Well, you're all very funny. I identify with you. I hate to put you on the spot on this bit, but I loved your bit about cars. where, you know, you say, I love going to car shows, like looking at them, but you open up the hood and start talking about what's inside them, you might as well say banana, banana, banana. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I just think sometimes there's expectations as a dude that you're supposed to know certain things or be a certain way, and that just isn't always the case. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and, you know, I'm just not interested in anything that involves an excessive amount of work. But, you know, you want to go buy a sweater, involve me.
Are we going to see you on the stand-up circuit anytime soon again?
All year. I've been out for the last 2 years. I just shot a brand new special called That Guy from That Thing. It'll come out as a DVD in March and probably air on Comedy Central. So I have a whole brand new hour. And then I'm back on tour in the next, at the end of the month, I start touring again. You can always find out my tour information at gregbehrendt.com or Facebook, MySpace, or Twitter me.
Oh, you're on Twitter. That's great. I'm on Twitter as
buddy.
well. I'm Avi the TV Geek. In fact, just today I'm being followed by the fake Rahm Emanuel, so I feel pretty good there.
Oh, I hope he adds me. I would like him to follow me around as well.
I got to go here soon, but before I go, I've always wondered, has there been a project that you were really proud of, you worked really hard at, but for some reason just the audience wasn't there, and you wished more people had been exposed to it?
Well, that's a really interesting question. You know, towards the end of the run of the talk show, there were days where we were starting to. There was a really cool show taking place there. There was a show that was starting to shape itself into something really original and new. And I think had that thing been given more time to gestate, I think we really would have turned it into something great. I think there is an opportunity on daytime to enrich in people's lives and show Americans who are struggling that they don't need to struggle, that they can find solutions to their own problems while being kind of funny about it.